Nothing too crazy. At least one very tanky player able to sustain the initial damage, bait something out, and then go back in.
If anything, I don't even think it's for the tankiness. It's for the all-in.
For the catch?
As good as a -1. It's like a Kaja at home.
It's very not Ayanami. This
Exactly.
is signature not Ayanami from back in the day. So there it
You need to
is,
change her name.
ladies and gentlemen. I mean, she kind of did, right? Her name was Ayanami before,
Like-
and then became not Ayanami.
I think a lot of people are wondering that, but let's go ahead, jump into the game here. It's game number 2. Smart Omega Empress already getting game 1 in a very fast fashion, just like they did in the previous series. So we'll see if this lineup from Team Vitality is going to be enough to kind of stop that from happening, even out the series from here. Again, too, Jushin going to the hands of Amore. We'll see if this Zask, which has been the staple kind of pickup against the Jushin pick, is going to be working out. Now, you know, and part of that is, what do we call them? The little Johnnies? What do we
Little
call them?
Johnnies.
Little Johnnies. The little Johnnies, those little aliens, are part of what makes it work. And then also just the Descent is actually such a strong ability. She is going to get dragged back a little bit here, and that's what you have to deal with. But I'm wondering, oh again, okay. And see, that's what's so annoying when you're dealing against Jushin. Something like that, and then you have to burn the flicker already early on.
Absolutely. Also burning the regen, by the way. So Cindy popped in the flicker and then the regen. And because she kind of greeted out on the flicker, she lost the regen too. Like it bounced falling under the turret and then pull back as well. Amore this time picking up first blood on the Jushin. And it seems for Vivo, she can only really just stay in that bush. I don't even think she can go for any assassination attempt to Keishi.
At least
Goes for the steal.
Goes for the steal. You know, at least get something out of it. But yeah, even with the mother of tanks getting her hands on the Grok, you can just see how, you know, how much utility there is being able to drag members back, even under the turret. That's what makes it so difficult to play against. So we'll have to see how that adjustment's made because, yeah, part of this is once those level 4s are available, that's where Vivian can start to make those plays. They might just have to give up this first turtle. It looks like that's going to be the case because of how the early game went. And it was nothing too crazy, but that first blood and stalling out that level 4 makes it so. So for Team Vitality, where do they find this pick-off? Is it going to be here? Shinoa just hits that level 4, now has that go away perfectly timed. Vivian almost level 4 too. So at this point, you know, if they don't want to make sure that it isn't a repeat of last game,
Good beacon, good purify out, Mirai. Just with I'm offended, Amore's still taking a whole lot of damage there despite utilizing the beacon to escape and also to purify. But she will be able to escape. Does seem like up top though, because Fumieko is left to XP lane, not Ayanami will be able to stomp on that turret, getting a little bit of gold, actually stopping Fumieko from getting to lane.
yeah.
Oh, stopping her from getting the minion too! It won't kill her, look at her! Not Ayanami is just denying the farm away from Fumieko.
And you know, it's little things like that that just actually play a big part in the bigger picture of a game. And so great play there once again. And this Barrett's pick, even like I was saying in the previous series, you know, it's not a hero you see picked up too often anymore, but it still provides a ton of value, especially with the lineup that they have. You're going for just, yeah, grab them. You know, at this point, you have a Barrett, you have the Daytona's welcome. You're looking for Murray to pull in with the I'm offended. And so you have so many options, and I feel like that's the thing, that's going to be the troublesome part for Shell, especially once she pops the Zaman Force. You also have to worry about getting grabbed, you know, at this point. Oh, hold on.
Wall charge this time, no purifying. You can see the instant damage come through from Cine, and then the fracture too from Vival. The Dominator's Ascent is doing as much damage as possible towards that turret.
Some extra gold to work with, but I guess you got to watch out for that too. You got to watch out for Vivian. There's a pull though.
The pull back. Chell jumping forward as well. Vival going to be caught. Keishi still able to find that kill. Now Chell pops into his Bond Force down to Mincy, but all going to be caught and stunned by the Donor Wolf King. Not able to escape. Keishi gets her down under the turret. Perfect timing for the second turtle to spawn. Smart Omega Empress in full control. Vivian going towards the bottom lane, trying to deny Shinoa from taking the turret goal, but not Ayanami is here. Mirai is here. Amore too. They're just going to leave Keishi to pick up the turtle without the retribution. Easy peasy.
Talk about timing, you know? You get a couple kills, and not to mention it's a double for Keshi, so she already builds up that momentum, builds up that lead, and then she gets the second turtle. And this is what we've seen them do time and time again. They get a couple victories, and then they push the pedal to the metal. That's what they're doing here.
That's the wild charge coming down already. Mirai gonna be stunned up. Brings time offended, but it's only the Dominator's descent. And Sydney wasn't even in there. But still, Smart Omega Empress, they're still gonna be able to actually utilize this to jump inside into the purple buff, sealing it away. It seems Vival is very proactive already, or very reactive rather, rotating and mirroring that movement.
Okay, right now they're gonna go ahead and mirror up here to the top. And really at this point, it's like up to Shell. She's gonna go ahead and get in a good position. Conceal gonna be used though. I think they're just gonna force her off the turret. They wanna get the space advantage. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to get any more unless they force it with an ultimate. They're gonna go ahead and get that turret down. The tier 1 falls. And I think they're happy with that. You know, at this point, Smart Omega Empress making the macro play like we saw them do previously. And so where does Team Vitality do this? How do they stop this from continuing to build up here, Mirko?
I mean, it's going to be really tough, considering technically for Smart Omega Empress, they're fine if they actually scale up too, right? The Melissa is going to be an absolute monster in the later stage of the game, and the fact that she is already 1,300 gold ahead shows you exactly why the Harith pick, in my opinion, wasn't really too good.
You weren't feeling it.
I hate the Harith against the Melissa because I'm a Melissa player, and I know for a fact that I've never lost a single laning phase to a Harith. Even 2v1, it's so hard unless the Harith goes Vengeance. That's for a laning phase only type of deal. And in team fights, obviously the Purify will help you a bit more. But the fact that we saw the Purify and the Harith, I was like, all right, laning phase, Chell's basically not going to be laning. She's just there to soak in gold and wait for a power spike.
And maybe that was the plan, you know, maybe the plan was let's just get to the team fighting portion of the game, you know, mid to late game transition, let Shell get to where she needs.
Whoa.
Dominator's Ascent.
To a wild charge, but it's only onto the tank right now. They've all gone in, and now they're airborne. Brought back Keishi. Right there, Shinoa. Pops in the Inspire, Lycan pounce to pick up a double kill. Team Vitality are crumbling under the pressure. Smart Omega Empress. They're thriving now. Viva walking forward, jumps in onto Mirai, able to find the kill with the Fracture. Chell. Zaman force in onto not Ayanami. He's forced to flicker out back to the mid lane, but again, they trade these kills. It's only onto the roamer to get a turtle.
It's so good every single time. They might trade a death here, but they get something else, and that's a turret too. And again, you have to respect the damage coming out from all the members of Smart Omega Empress. And they continue to put the pressure even on the purple buff here as they go and take it away from Team Vitality. And they're finding themselves in this position where they don't have anything here. They don't have any turrets. They don't have any objectives. How can they even approach the next big objective? They've got a minute and a half to figure it out, to get in a position to actually be able to do that. And you know, this time around, the experts talked about it, man. Give a tank to the mother of tanks and let her be able to initiate. And she's been trying, honestly. The wild charges are there, but unfortunately, the damage just is not there. They're not able to follow up against what Smart Omega Empress has with their lineup. And it might just take time. You know, we saw a preview of it with this Nolan pick that could scale up well, like we already talked about with the Harith too. You need time to build up. She only had the Starlium Scythe, I believe. And for Cindy even, you know, you can pump out damage. But look at this. You only have a glowing wand right now in the arcane boots. So a lot of time here. Conceal going to be used. They're not going to connect. On that, I'm offended, but they want the turret here.
That was great though. The fact that even though it didn't connect, they still baited out the Purify. So Chell kind of panicked in that situation too. Goes to show you the level of composure that Smart Omega Empress have at this point compared to Vitality, who at this point, it does feel like, you know, they are panicking a bit.
Yeah.
Popping those Purifies, going in for these desperate engages, and all that just for Smart Omega Empress to be leading by 4,000 gold. Vivalda staying very active around the map, but now going to be chased down. That's a Lycan pound.
Wow.
No purple buff, no energy. That's a solo kill down below. Keishi assassinates the assassin.
And that's tough. Even with the Retribution, there's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. And that's not going to happen there. And Murray goes in once again. And this might just be, once again, another objective in the hands of Smart Omega Empress. They're trying to trade it at least for a turret up top. They get their second turret of the game here for Team Vitality, but they're going to have to get ready for a defense. And you already know, if anything to be said about the last 4 games that Smart Omega Empress has played, they will force that fight into the base. They will use everything that they have to start a fight under the turrets once that Lord gets marching in, as they take everything from Team Vitality. And now, once again, the tier 2 turrets. Here's a conceal play.
Gonna go in, good wild charge over into the onward, and the Earth Shatter punishing Shinoa. who's so far up front. Down there's a set still in the midst of it all. Amore going to be melted down, but still is able to get out with the Purify. 2 members taken down. The Lord still up to use for Smart Omega Empress.
Great choice. As I was just saying, you know, they're going to take everything from Team Vitality. Vivian says, no, not anymore. Goes in with the wild charge, and that's exactly why she needs heroes like this Grok to be able to make that decision, pop the conceal, make a big play, and that might have been enough to go ahead and negate this whole push with the Lord for now. Still at a gold deficit, though. A couple thousand gold, but that's been enough to go ahead and clear the waves out that they needed to. I'm not sure if Smart Omega Empress still wants to go for more here.
Good onward by Pumi Echo. She's going to be picked up, though. Has the Primal Wrath, the airborne into the knockup as well now. Flickering back, Vivian still there. Mirai able to find Imofenda into the go-away. Shinoa dealing some damage as the Dominator's Descent is forced to be used defensively. Keishi walks forward. The Light can pounce over to it. Viva on the bottom lane. Cindy
Oh, no.
caught in the muddles. Chell going to be taking a whole lot of damage. Mirai taking a lot of turret shots, but will still be able to survive. Holy Defense pop in, and Smart Omega Empress won't be able to crack the base turret open. But in the bottom lane, it does seem like, at least for Team Vitality, there is a trade. They get a tier 2.
I think at this point, that's all you can do. Team Vitality knew that they still had to deal with the Lord. They don't lose the base turret. That was actually good for them, granted how far behind they were. And this gets them a couple more defensive items that they need, especially for Vivian. You can see now Divine Glaive locked in for Cine, so now that damage is going to be quite a bit. And even the Malefic Roar plus the Blade and Hunter Strike there for Vivel. So she has been making moves across the map and at least gets those 3 turrets. So this gives them a little space to work around with. But they still have to be careful and cautious of the gap. We're still talking 5,000 gold here for Smart Omega Empress. They have a lot to work with. Chell also picks up the Divine Glaive. So this might be that moment that I was talking about. You know, mid to late game transition. You're now here in this portion of the game. You should be able to utilize this Harith. Yeah, you lost the lane. The matchup wasn't good for you. You kind of had a stalemate. You wanted to soak up as much gold and XP as you could. Now it's time to shine.
Now it's City. Oh, she can't even use the Dominator's Descent. She gets deleted right off of the I'm Offended.
Wow. As I said, they had to do something. Unfortunately for Cine, she just got sent to the moon. And at this point, it's going to be a Lord take here. But look at this once again. Vivel just trying to make a play on top. But they'll send not Ayanami up there to deal with it. And that's going to be an objective secured here. So no tier 2 on the top side. The plan has been spotted out. But look at the rotation. I don't think they're going to catch her in time here. She should be able to get back just in time. They're not going to find the right bush. So it's up to them. Defense time for Team Vitality.
Oh, and it's going to be quite tough in my opinion, right? Because, sure, they should have okay clear with City. But the fact that she's so far behind compared to Amore, 2 levels behind, and it's a Harith. I'm not too sure about that clear speed, right? You have to use your Zaman Force. So even if you clear out the Lord, that's a massive resource that you would rather have in these skirmishes compared to just defending the Lord. And look at how Smart Omega Empress are already tackling the siege, right? They're just slow pushing the top side. They're waiting for it to build up so they can get as much value as possible.
At this point, Lord still top side. It's going to go in and take that turret down. Some of these shields obviously down 2 already of the base turrets for Team Vitality. They got to watch and avoid that lantern too. They could get dragged through the wall and then forced to fight. Murray also looking for an I'm Offended here. Lord going to charge in, get the top turret. Now the mid going to be, here's the conceal though.
Shinoa finds the go-away, able to escape Shinoa! Able to get the outplay towards the back. City still able to claim the kill though, as that is going to be Chell up top using his Mon Force already. Vivian going to fall in the bottom side of the map. From the Echo, the Primal Rat brought back to the team right now, as that's Murray, who's right there to follow it up. Mini waves have been cleared up. Now Detsunus welcome, not connecting, but the base is wide open. The Rogers on it, still trying to clear out the waves. She'll try to go for it right now. It won't be enough. The defense is not there for them. Match point for Smart Omega Empress.
A try there, a try with the conceal, but not enough. Try as they might. Team Vitality is gonna face
4 years of the dominance of Team Vitality, and I don't think we've ever seen this team being put in this position that the Empress has officially done. This may allude to the fall of an entire dynasty.
I told you, I'm from the future, and what happens in the finals will blow your mind. I don't want to speak out of pocket, though. I want to make sure that this series gets the coverage that it deserves, and I think LaFell will agree when I say the draft for Vitality is slowly getting better, but it's not at the level where it could match Smart Omega Empress's momentum.
I would say we were talking about traps, and does this not look like Team Smart Omega Empress put them in a trap? Like, this higher pick was forced, right? Going up against the Melissa, going up against the Ruby is probably something that Shell does not want, but what else are the options here? And again, like I said, the third pick is going to be very important. If you don't pick up a priority hero, you're going to lose.